Justice Kavanaugh?
I think when we're talking about emergency powers, that certainly focuses the inquiry, but that doesn't mean that the executive can't take action. And it all then turns on I think, the language of the statute at issue and the kind of action taken. And I think you have a good argument on modify, but what do you do with the word waive? That is an extremely broad word. In 2003, Congress was very aware of potential emergency actions in the wake of September 11th and war, possible terrorist attacks, and yet it puts that extremely broad word waive into the statute. Why not just read that as written?
Your Honor, I believe we are reading it as written. Waive means to excuse compliance with an existing obligation, and what the Secretary is purporting to do here is to change existing loan discharge program. The Secretary is not waiving anything in those provisions. And so we think, as I explained earlier, that the word waiver simply doesn't apply here. Now, to the extent the court looks at the term waiver and finds that that's cause to read the phrase waive or modify a little more broadly, it still doesn't reach this program because the Secretary is not dealing with any of these existing provisions that he purports to cite. He's not changing anything within them. He's frankly ignoring what's there and creating a brand new program, and that's not within the language of this statute.
You don't think that fits within waiver?
I don't believe it does, no.
Okay.
A waiver is to take something away, and the Secretary is not taking anything away from the cited loan discharge provisions.
And then on the body of precedent we've developed within the pandemic on emergency powers and major executive actions, we have the eviction moratorium case, we have the national OSHA mandate case, but on the other hand, we have the healthcare mandate case. And I think the distinction, one of the distinctions drawn there was that was more in the wheelhouse of the agency in question. And I think the Solicitor General has argued, and just get your response on, this is right in the wheelhouse, and Justice Sotomayor is just saying this, right in the wheelhouse of what the Secretary of Education would normally be expected to do, unlike CDC doing an eviction moratorium. I know you've addressed this a little bit, but just get your response on that.
Your Honor, I don't think it's in the wheelhouse because it's creating a brand new program. The only entity that has created new loan discharge programs is Congress. There's a number of them in the Higher Education Act, but the Secretary has never before created a brand new loan cancellation program, particularly under the HEROES Act. As I mentioned at the outset, the HEROES Act has never even been used to forgive a single loan in the past. That's telling because one of the things the court looks at in its major questions jurisprudence is if it's unprecedented, and we certainly have an unprecedented use of the statute here.
Thank you.